This is the Amateur Radio Doors Global Daily Newswire for November 16th, 2023. Precedence is routine and public release is authorized. As a reminder, Amateur Radio Doors Global Daily Newswire is an effort to update amateur radio operators and enthusiasts on current events related to amateur radio, cybersecurity, space weather, general space news, and global geopolitics. Let's go to today's news updates. Starting with amateur radio. Coming in from Reuters, the FCC approves new amateur radio licensing fees. The Federal Communications Commission, FCC, has approved a new fee structure for amateur radio licenses. This change affects new applicants and those seeking renewals, marking a significant shift in the licensing process for amateur radio enthusiasts. According to the Washington Post, amateur radio operators assist in emergency communications during California wildfires. In the wake of devastating wildfires in California, amateur radio operators have stepped up to play a crucial role in emergency communications. Their efforts have been instrumental in bridging communication gaps caused by destroying traditional communication infrastructure. Moving on to cybersecurity news updates. Suspected cyber attack on Israel information systems. Israel, a prominent airline, has reportedly fallen victim to a cyber attack. A hacker group has claimed responsibility, alleging that they have stolen sensitive data from Israel's information systems, raising concerns about cybersecurity in the aviation sector. NVIDIA unveils new AI chip H100. NVIDIA has introduced the H100 AI chip, a groundbreaking development in generative AI. This new chip is expected to significantly enhance AI capabilities and boost NVIDIA's position in the market. And now to space weather updates. Solar wind and sunspots. The solar wind travels today at 426.8 kilometers per second with a proton density of 6.89 protons over centimeter squared. The sunspot number stands at 41, with a notable departing sunspot AR-3483, which possesses a beta-gamma magnetic field capable of producing M-class solar flares. Solar flares and radiation. In the past 6 hours, the maximum X-ray solar flare recorded was C2, while the highest in the last 24 hours was a C7. The 10.7 centimeter flux, crucial for assessing ionospheric conditions affecting radio propagation, is currently at 124 SFU. Geomagnetic activity. The planetary K index, which measures geomagnetic activity, is at a quiet level of 1, with a 24-hour maximum of 3.33. The interplanetary magnetic field total strength is 4.42 NT, with a southward component BZ of minus 1.65 NT. Forecast for the next 24 hours. The prediction indicates a 15% chance of M-class flares and a 1% chance of X-class flares. For mid-latitudes, there's a 20% probability of active geomagnetic conditions, 5% for minor storms, and 1% for severe storms. Higher latitudes face a 15% chance of active conditions, with 20% for minor and severe storms. And now, moving on to rocket launches for the next 72 hours in space news. SpaceX Falcon 9, 03B, and Power 56. This mission, scheduled for November 17th, 2023, at Space Launch Complex 40 in Florida, aims to launch the second pair of 03B M-Power broadband internet satellites into medium Earth orbit for ACE of Luxembourg, enhancing global internet services. Starship Super Heavy prototype. Starship Flight Test 2, planned for November 17, 2023, from Starbase, Texas. This suborbital flight test of the Starship Super Heavy prototype is a significant step in SpaceX development of its next generation spacecraft. Falcon 9 Block 5, Starlink Group 628. Set for November 18, 2023, from Cape Canaveral, this launch is part of a SpaceX ambitious Starlink mission, aiming to deploy additional satellites to expand its global broadband internet network. Falcon 9 Block 5, Starlink Group 7-7, also scheduled for November 18, 2023, to give us a dual daily show, but from Vandenberg SFB in California. This launch continues the expansion of the Starlink satellite constellation, furthering SpaceX's goal of providing widespread internet coverage. Finally, let's move to our global geopolitics section. Hamas turns to cryptocurrency for funding. This comes from the Jerusalem Post. To bypass international sanctions, Hamas is increasingly turning to cryptocurrency to fund its operations. This shift represents a new challenge in tracking and countering the finance of terrorism. Coming from CBC News, Canada announces new Arctic defense strategy amid rising global tensions. In response to escalating global tensions, Canada has unveiled a comprehensive defense strategy for the Arctic. This strategy emphasizes sovereignty, security, reflecting Canada's commitment to protecting its interests in the Arctic region. Coming in from France 24, French president's visit to China strengthens bilateral ties amid global tensions. Amidst a complex geopolitical landscape, the French president's visit to China aims to strengthen economic and diplomatic ties between two nations. This visit is significant in the ongoing global tensions and the evolving international order. Now, this daily newswire is disseminated primarily via JSA call in the 40-meter frequency at 2100 UTC. This wire is also available for WinLink mailboxes by emailing to ARO-WNLKnet@winlink.org. Invitation to other operators. If you believe this daily newswire is helpful, please forward it to other operators. We'll be more than grateful for your support. If you like this daily newswire and want to subscribe, please send a WinLink email to ARO-WNLKnet@winlink.org with the subject "Subscribe to ARO-GDNW." Also, if you're listening to this wire through YouTube, please subscribe and forward to other operators. This wire has been produced by Luis Santiago, Hotel Bravo 9, Hotel Juliet Uniform, in Kloten, Zurich, Switzerland. The website is aro.travel, and you can email us at go@aro.travel. Final disclaimer. This newswire was initially generated using OpenAI's GPT-4 language model as an initial draft and is only valid for November 16th, 2023. Before publishing, the newswire undergoes editing, sourcing, and analysis by our editorial team for accuracy and relevance. Feedback on this wire can be provided through YouTube or via WinLink to ARO-WNLKnet@winlink.org or via email to go@aro.travel.